This is Julian, a civil rights attorney in Chicago. I'm going to react to a video of a man who drug a police officer while trying to flee. I do these reaction videos because it helps to give you some insight into the type of analysis that civil rights attorneys do when deciding whether to take a case or whether to tell someone if their constitutional rights have been violated.
I don't want to hop out the car.
You don't have a choice. Hey, man. Dylan? All right, this is what I'm going to have you do. Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to have you step out.
1158, 10
And the reason why is because, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I just got my car searched yesterday.
Do you or no?
No, sir. My
Okay,
car smells
why does your car smell like marijuana?
It doesn't, sir.
It does. There's a reason why I'm asking, man. It's not my first day, okay? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you, okay? As long as you're cool, you stay cool, I'll be cool back. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
I don't care about a little bit of pot. I'm not looking to jam you, my man. I promise you, okay? This is what I want you to do. I want you to be completely...
I'm scared of cops, bro.
No. Stop.
No,
Have I been disrespectful at all?
No, but I literally just went through this last night, like 2 nights ago.
Why'd you get...
So, obviously I'm going to keep watching. I don't know what's going to happen, but let me just say, I always tell people, you cannot win an argument with a police officer. If you feel frustrated, you feel like they're harassing you, whatever the case may be, comply now, complain later, right? You are never going to win with them. They're not going to see your side of it. They're not going to say, oh, you know what? You're right. I am harassing you. You know what? Let me take a step back and be a little bit more calmer. The more you say no, the more you resist, the more you don't follow their instructions, the more they're going to think that you're doing something unlawful, suspicious, and then they're going to resort to slowly escalating the type of force that they use on you. So the best thing you can do is comply now, complain later. This young man probably should have exited the vehicle.
The other night.
The same reason you guys say my car smells like weed, and I don't smoke in my car.
Okay.
It might be me, but I don't smoke in my car, sir.
Dylan, is there marijuana in this vehicle, yes or no?
No, there's not.
Now is your chance to tell me. Because if you're honest with me, I will work with you. Don't reach, man. Don't reach.
Yeah, another piece of advice I give people, don't make any sudden movements. Why he decided to reach for a bag without asking for permission or telling the officer what he's going to do, granted, it may have been innocent in his eyes, but you got to remember, this is like the 4th thing he's done. So we have the fact that he's not complying. The officer thinks that there may be drugs in the car. The officer might think that this person may be trying to hide a weapon, hide some type of contraband, and now he's reaching for a bag. That officer could have pulled his weapon and he may have fired, and he would have said, I thought he was trying to grab a weapon. I had no idea why he was grabbing for a bag. And I could see a jury or a district attorney saying, yeah, we think that officer may have been within his legal right to use deadly force. Would it have been right? You know, that's for a jury to decide sometimes. But it's these small things that sometimes can lead to a greater level of force being used upon you, because these minor things build upon one another, and in the officer's head, something's going on here. I might need to use deadly force.
Relax.
Right here.
Okay. No shit.
Right there, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else in there?
No.
Sir.
Okay. Hop on out for me, man.
I don't want to hop out the car.
You don't have a choice. Dylan! I'm sorry. He just hit me with his car. In the vehicle now. Stay there! Stay there now!
So this young man is lucky that he made it out right there with his life, because the officer, and I've seen this type of cases before where the officer may have decided to jump onto the car and then go along with it. At that point, he would have claimed that he was being dragged and could have fired his weapon into the car, or he could have accidentally gotten some of his equipment or his gear caught in the car and been drugged with it, and the officer could have been injured. The young man would have then been charged with possibly battery to an officer, or maybe even attempted murder if the officer had been harmed badly. This could have escalated in so many ways, and it really didn't need to. Don't know what was going on with that particular young man and why he decided he needed to flee, but then this just goes back to what I say. Comply now, complain later. If you got something illegal in the car, you might be able to beat that case. Perhaps the officer didn't have a lawful reason to stop you. You might win on a motion to suppress, or maybe the government will dismiss the indictment. There are a lot of things that can happen in the court process where you may actually turn out and win the case. But the fact that you now fled and you eluded, that's just going to bring more charges upon you, and it really wasn't worth it in the end.
Stay there! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! 974. It's a black male operator. I have his Florida ID with me. Just dragged me in his vehicle.
Now you see that right there? The officer had his weapon out because he probably was going to shoot, and he said that he just dragged me with his vehicle. Had he been taken along the ride with that guy, he absolutely would have fired into that vehicle and probably would have taken that young man's life. And the law says that he likely would have been justified, and that would not have been a basis to bring a civil rights lawsuit for excessive force.
Are you injured? Can you rescue?
Yeah, start him for me.
2400 now.
Yeah, it's a silver BMW. White, tinted out windshield. Black male operator, loud muffler. Is there a gun in this car?
No, go ahead and search. I swear to God, you can.
Made a right on chair.
Now you see how this other individual, she's traumatized. She had nothing to do with it because she thought she was about to be the victim of excessive force. Happens all the time.
Mary Hill from Tulip, from the Valerio. Hey, let's start setting up a perimeter. Darren, down there! Down there!
I want you to be completely scared of cops, bro.
No. Stop.
No,
Have I been disrespectful at all?
No, but I literally just went through this last night, like 2 nights ago.
Why did you get searched the other night?
The same reason I say.
Now I didn't even realize there was another officer behind the first one, the one who was body cam 1. So actually, when that young man drove off with the car, had he drugged the officer who was body cam 2, the second officer, he would have been justified possibly in firing into the vehicle to prevent harm to his fellow officer. Had he drugged that officer and had he been able to fire his weapon at the individual, I could hear a jury saying or a judge saying, yeah, that was lawful. He did it to prevent injury or death to his partner.
My car's completely, and I don't smoke in my car. It might be me, but I don't smoke in my car.
What, Dylan, is there marijuana in this vehicle, yes or no?
No.
Now is your chance to tell me. Because if you're honest with me, I will work with you. Don't reach, man. Relax. Okay. No shit. Okay. Is there anything else in there? Okay. I'll find out for you, man. You don't have a choice.
So actually, it looks worse than I originally thought. He actually was drugged. So this officer could have pulled his weapon out. The moment that he started to kind of be dragged along with that vehicle, he could have pulled his weapon out and fired into the vehicle to stop him from being dragged. Because he would have said, I could have been caught underneath the car, I thought I was going to die, all type of things he could have said. But this was a very dangerous situation. And again, this individual should be glad that he made it out alive with his life. Because had he not, it would not have been something. Certainly, I would have never filed a civil rights lawsuit for it. Because he violated and just disobeyed so many lawful commands and caused this incident to be escalated. There are times when police fire into a car for no reason. Like, think about the case of Philando Castillo. This was a man who had a license to carry a weapon. He committed no crimes. And the police officer fired into the weapon, taking Philando Castillo's life. That was excessive force. That was unconstitutional. Philando had done nothing to deserve that type of force being used upon him. He didn't even try to exit the vehicle. But this young man here, he sped off, drugged the officer, and really he escalated the situation. So this is not an excessive force case at all. Not at all.